there is an official meeting with my principal. That's why I got a little bit late. Okay. So many participants are there. So are you listening? Pratiksha Singh blogs. Are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
Mm, okay. So welcome all. This is my third session of the out of 6 classes. So this is Dhiren Kumar Mahanta, Assistant Professor, Government Autonomous College, Rourkela. Again, welcoming you. Today we'll discuss again the more financial and cost concepts. Okay. Again, I have a well presentation for you, which will be presented. And due to the shortage of time, I may take class for a comparatively less time. Okay, because I have to go somewhere else also. Let me think. System is a little bit slow. I am coming. I'm coming back to you. Just a minute. I'm here. My presentation is starting slowly. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm trying on that. Hello, audience. My presentation is visible. Just confirm me once. Hello, any one of you, please confirm me whether my presentation is visible. Am audible properly or not?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, let it. Today, but we'll be discussing the cash flow analysis, which is the most important questions. Okay, on this chapter, I will be dictating which will be the questions, important question to be examined. Next is basic concept of budgeting. All these are the concept of budgeting. A new concept is responsibility account. If we get sufficient time, then we will discuss the recent developments in accounting. Might question may be raised on your mind that he, what about the other chapters? The actually syllabus में जो दिया हुआ है, they all are not in the flow. They are not catching the flow. That's why the chapters having the similar natures belong to the same category are assembled, categorized class wise. So here I'm first discussing the cost concepts. Next I will go to the finance concept. Next I will go to the managerial accounting concepts. That's why today I have assembled a part of the accounting and few parts of the cost accounting. Then another is a accounting part. Next to it, cash flow analysis. The pen is working properly, I think. Let's check it. Okay, it will be okay, no problem at all. So dear the audience, what we were discussed in the last class that the financial statements, how many financial statements are there we have to present. I would like to review some questions, please. Cooperate with me. Which types of expenditures and revenues or incomes are placed in the profit and loss account? Okay, any one of you. Again, I'm repeating the question. Please answer it. which types of expenditures and incomes are placed in the profit and loss account? Answer it.
Sir, indirect expenses and indirect income.
Very good. And what is the objective of the profit and loss account?
To know the net profit.
And
Very
net
good.
loss also.
Net profit and net loss are very
Yes,
good
sir.
simultaneously. Say very okay. Next to it, Singh, Miss Singh and Mathur. So please, madam, answer me. What is the objective of the trading account?
Trading account, sir, objective is to
Ascertain. Yes.
prepare the, trial balance.
Prepared from trial balance. What will get out of the trading account? Gross profit or
Gross profit.
loss?
Yeah, gross profit, gross loss.
Very good.
And
In
here in the trading account, we
yes,
deal with direct
very good.
expenses debited and direct incomes credited.
The last audience. Please answer it. But actually, in short, which are called the assets? If will summarize it in 2 words or 2 terms, which are called the assets? The last audience one. Mr. Something, please answer it. Which can be called as the assets? Any one of you? Just 2-3 words. Just in within 2-3 words, answer me. Which can be
Whatever
called
we
as the
have
asset?
is asset.
Whether we owned and or yes.
Sir, anything, any person, and
Very
from
good.
any
Next week.
whom we will get benefit in the future, that is called asset.
Asset, very good. That means anything receivable from any source, that is asset. Anything receivable or any benefit will be received, will be derived in future from any person or any source, that commodity, person, source is known as the assets. Next week, cash flow analysis. So cash flow, need for cash flow, why we will prepare the cash flow statement, preparation of cash flow statement format, regulation, rating, etc. So here I wish to state one thing from the beginning. Financial statements which are compulsory. Financial statements which are compulsory for the company. Number one. Here I am discussing for the company's point of view, which are registered with the Companies Act 2013, not for the small concerns. Which are the compulsory financial statements you have to prepare? Number one is statement of profit and loss. The name has only changed, nothing else. Statement of profit and loss. Number two, you can say balance sheet. Understand? Number three, obviously, any notes and annexures that are attached to the profit and loss account and balance sheet. They are in short known as notes to accounts. Notes to accounts become students can answer it very easily. Number four, as per the Companies Act nowadays, it is mandatory the cash flow statement. Another statements are also there, but they are not compulsory till date. Cash flow statement, which is prepared in accordance with the accounting standard 3. So these four are the compulsory statements prepared for the companies. Understand the points till date. Now the last financial statement is cash flow statement. So cash flow statements, which are the regulations, which is called cash flow statement, will be discussed in this class. Next week. Next, first of all is cash flow analysis. Look at the cash flow statement. The primary objective of statement of cash flow is to provide information regarding what? About an entity's cash receipt and cash payments. Underline number one, objective, cash receipts and cash payment during a period. Obviously, all the statements are prepared for a definite period only. In India, as per the Companies Act, we prepare the financial statement for one accounting period, that is 1 year. And to payment during a period, the net effect of cash flow is provided under different heads, namely cash flow. One. So we have to summarize. First of all, cash flow analysis kya hai? This is a statement. Statement here means a list of items. You can say very simple, a list of items. Here cash flow statement, what it shows cash receipts and cash payment during a period. So it is a summarized statement of all the cash receipts and all the cash payment during a period, and it shows the cash receipts and payment in different heads. In different heads, there are three heads: from operating, from investing, from financing. Number one operating, number two investing, number two financing. That means cash flow items related to operating transactions shown on the first, investing and financing, shown like this. I will show the format later on. The first understand, it is a statement where only the cash receipt and cash payments are shown, but strictly it is prepared as per the accounting standard 3 and as per the guidelines of the Companies Act, and it shows the cash flows under three different heads: operating, investing and financing. Will be discussed. First understand what is. Now cash flow क्या कहता है? Cash flow हमको क्या शो करता है? Where did the cash come from during the period? Cash is only the vital matter in the business. It's very serious, it's very rigid, it's very vital matter. So cash defalcation, cash misappropriation is the main vital thing, main disputable thing you can say in the business. That's why it's very much necessary to analyze from which source cash comes. What was the cash used during the period? आपको कहां से पैसा मिले थे and आप वो कहां पैसा दे दिए, यूज कहां पे हुआ? So sources and utilization. I am making the thing simple. Sources and utilization. Understand the point? Not for only the commerce student, all these are necessary. If you will face the civil service examinations, a competitive examination, these are very common things. Understand the point? In today's era, business concepts are not restricted to the business entity only. Economics concept, that doesn't mean that they belong to the art students and they will only read, they will only mug up. They are the art students, they will read the economics, they will read the political science, not like this. Understand the point? All these things now become generalized, you can say. How to know all these things? And not for the MCOM exam, but for your career, all these things are needed. So cash flow statement says sources of the cash and where you have utilized it. What was change in the cash balance during the period? So opening balance आपको 2 lakh था and opening balance, and finally you are showing that closing balance you have with rupees 5 lakhs. Can you explain the in between transactions? Why your balance that which was 2 lakh in the beginning of the year that becomes 5 lakh at the end of the year? All these things, all these necessary data explanations are put in a statement. That statement is known as cash flow statement. Nowhere you will find these things in the books. Make things easier, not the harder. Next, sources and uses of cash. Okay. Next to it, sources of cash, application of cash. Which are the maximum areas, branches, activities, transactions from where you can get the cash for a company? Always I'm discussing this chapter entirely for the companies. Sources of cash, कहां से पैसा मिल सकते हैं? Cash from operation. What is meant by operation? Sales. Understand the points? Sales, collection. These two things. Just remember these two things. That cash from operation means, first of all, which is called the operation, the core activity of your business. You have a shop, the from where you will get the cash. Number one, by cash sale, number one, or पहले से credit sale हो चुका था, now you are collecting the cash from their debtors. So these are two sources. So cash from operation, understand first thing, because it will be used oftenly. Operation means the core activity, either collection from the debtor or sales. Issue of shares, because this is a company issues the shares from where it can get the cash. Here one thing, cash doesn't mean here only the hard cash, that may be balance of bank also. Issue of debentures, That means ownership securities, debenture means creditorship securities. This is ownership bond, this is creditorship bond. So securities, sorry, shares and debenture issue करके आपको पैसा मिल सकते हैं. Long term loans raised from bank. बैंक से अगर long term loan raise करते हो तब भी आपको कैश मिलेगा. Sale of fixed assets, you already have fixed assets, आप sell कर दिए, all these things. So these are the probable and major, repeating, these are the probable and major sources of cash for a company. Besides that, there are so many things. Understand the points? We are not discussing for the cheap sources and the pocket money, etc. Application of the cash. Cash कहां से आ सकता है? एक कंपनी के लिए कैश कहां जा सकता है? Which are the applications? कहां कहां यूटिलाइज हो सकते हैं? Number one, redemption of preference share, redemption of debenture, repayment of loan. When you issue the shares, you get the cash. When you will return the shares to the investors, these are called the redemption. When you will redeem the shares and debentures, you have to return back the money. That's why redemption of preference share and redemption debentures, that decreases our cash balance. We have to pay them. Repayment of loan. When you get loan, you get cash. When you will pay loan, you pay cash. Purchase of feed assets. Understand the points? Sale of feed assets that raise our cash balance. Purchase of feed assets that decrease our cash balance. Payment of dividend and payment of taxes. Now we are not categorizing all these things. You will know it later. These are the application of the cash. Payment of dividend. Dividend payment करोगे तो कंपनी से कैश जाएगा. Payment of taxes तो कंपनी से. बहुत सीधी बात. Receipts ये है payments. But in a broader sense, nothing else. कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट को लेकर के लॉ क्या कह रहे हैं? लॉ की क्या सुझाव है? द कंपनी विल सप्लाई ए कॉपी ऑफ द कंप्लीट एंड फुल बैलेंस शीट. Number one, this exact paragraph written under the cash flow statement accounting standard 3 में ये चीज लिखा हुआ है. एंड कंपनीज एक्ट डिस्क्लोजर पॉलिसी इसमें भी लिखा हुआ है. नंबर वन, द कंपनी विल सप्लाई ए कॉपी ऑफ द कंप्लीट एंड फुल बैलेंस शीट. नंबर वन, बैलेंस शीट. प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, बैलेंस शीट नंबर वन. प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट नंबर टू. Directors report to each shareholder, number 3. Upon application to any member, that means it is optional. The company will give a cash flow statement, underline number 4, along with the balance sheet and profit loss account. The cash flow statement will be prepared in accordance with the annexer here 2. नीचे जो फॉर्मेट दिए गए हैं उसके हिसाब से कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट बनेगा. तो लॉ में लिख दिया गया ये बात कि कंपनियां नंबर वन बैलेंस शीट, प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट, डायरेक्टर्स रिपोर्ट, नोट्स अलोंग विद कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट यू हैव टू सबमिट. अगर किसको सबमिट होता है ये आपको नहीं पता तो हम बता देते हैं. यू हैव टू सबमिट बिफोर नंबर वन रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ द कंपनी, रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ द कंपनी. नंबर टू कंपनी लॉ बोर्ड. नंबर 3 सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की कंपनी में कोई रोल नहीं है. रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ द कंपनी, कंपनी लॉ बोर्ड एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को ये डिपॉजिट होते हैं एज पर द सिचुएशन. ऑल दीज आर नॉट कंपल्सरी, बट रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ द कंपनी को आपको देना ही पड़ेगा और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. सो कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट अलोंग विद द थिंग्स which are our core area that will be discussed in depth, which are I am saying beside these things for the extra knowledge, they are negligible. Now cash flow statement will be prepared in accordance with the annexer here. तो हम देखते हैं annexer क्या चीज है. This is the format of cash flow statement under listing agreement IAS 7. यहाँ पर कुछ चीजें लिखे हुए हैं. IAS इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड, इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड. अलग अलग बोर्ड है. इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड ये इंडिपेंडेंट इंस्टीट्यूट इनिशिएटेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. तो इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड अलग चलते हैं, सिर्फ और सिर्फ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड कहा जाएंगे तो वो अलग चलते हैं। IFRS इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग सिस्टम ये अलग चलते हैं। जनरल एक्सेप्टेड अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स गैप ये अलग चलते हैं। ये दोनों इंटरनेशनल है, ये सीए इंस्टीट्यूट का है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट सीए इंस्टीट्यूट का है, ICAI ये एक इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी है, गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा इशू किए गए हैं। तो इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से अगर हम चले IAS तो ये IAS 7 है। सॉरी I lost my pen marker. हाँ yes, this is thing. What all these are? ये चीज सब क्या थे? ये सब चीज क्या थे? कंफ्यूज नहीं हो, हम बता रहे हैं। सुनिए, listen. All these are the guidelines, policies issued by various types of authorities, organizations, associations, bodies, boards for preparation and presentation of the accounting and financial statements with error free, mistake free and by complying the law। ये अलग अलग प्रकार के बोर्ड हैं। इंडिया में हमारा इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड चलता है, अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड एक्सेट्रा चलता है। चलिए, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर नॉट इन योर सिलेबस। तो दिस इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड, sorry, this is the format of cash flow statement. Look at one thing. You can prepare the cash flow statement through indirect method और through direct method. यहाँ पर हमको समझना होगा which is called indirect method, which is called direct method. Understand? So you will answer it. Okay, I will be asking question here. You will answer it. Number 1 बता रहे हैं आपको. Sales by selling we got 5,000. Number 1 thing, by selling we got 5,000. From collection, debtors, from collection we got 4,000. Got 4,000. A loss occurred. A loss occurred. $3,000. Yes, any one of you, just a thing. A profit occurred. Suppose profit is lottery, not lottery. Let it. Now, any one of you answer that. How many cash inflow are there? How many cash inflow are there? सेल्स से 5,000 मिला, डेटर से हमको डेटर की कलेक्शन से 4,000 मिला, कुछ लॉस हुआ 3,000 का। तो बताइए, कुछ लॉस हुआ, दैट मींस लॉस का मींस यार हम बता रहे हैं गुड्स लॉस्ट, गुड्स लॉस्ट। हाउ मेनी कैश इनफ्लो टिल डेट? यस, आंसर 2 हुआ, 2 रुपीज।
अच्छा, like this, how much of so 9,000,
हाउ मच कैश इनफ्लो? हाँ, कितना पैसा हमारे पास अभी तक? 9,000 और 6,000
minus 300, yeah, 6,000.
6,000 one said. Another one, someone answering this paper. So Mr. please answer. So another learner was answering that time ना. Simple thing, सेल्स से हमको 5,000 मिलता है, डेटर कलेक्शन से 4,000 मिलता है और कुछ लॉस हो जाते हैं गुड्स जल जाने की वजह से 3,000। तो कोई बता सकते हैं हमारे पास अभी कैश फ्लो कितना है, कितना पैसा हमको टोटल मिला है? प्लीज आंसर इट। एनीवन?
सर हमारा कैश इनफ्लो तो सर 9,000 है एंड आउटफ्लो जो है वो 3,000 है, तो टोटल कैश अवेलेबल विल बी 6,000।
ओके ओके, एक्चुअली हमारे पास कैश फ्लो अभी तक 9,000 ही है। व्हाई आई एम सेइंग यू दिस इज द सिंपल कांसेप्ट। इफ यू अंडरस्टूड देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द एंटायर सिस्टम ऑफ द कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट। सेल्स की वजह से 5,000 मिला, डेटर से कलेक्शन 4,000 मिला हमारे तक। हाँ, कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं, बोलिए।
हाँ सर, वो मतलब वो गुड्स जो है वो हमारे लॉस हो गए, तो वो कैश नहीं काउंट नहीं
पैसा नहीं जा रहा है। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड।
यस,
दिस थिंग आई अंडरस्टूड दैट यू हैव अंडरस्टूड एक्चुअली, बट लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूजिंग फॉर द आंसर। गुड, दैट इज द गुड आंसर। 5,000 कैश मिला सेल्स से, 4,000 कैश मिला डेटर से, तो हमारे पास 9,000 कैश हुआ, बट 3,000 का गुड्स जल गया, कैश तो नहीं जला ना। गुड्स जल जाने की वजह से यस वी अकर्ड द लॉस, यस yes, we occur the loss, but neither cash inflow for that incident, neither cash goes outflow, neither we occur the cash outflow for that incident. पैसा ना आ रहा है ना पैसा जा रहा है for that inflow.
सर अगर
We just
इस
occur the
केस में
loss. इसमें पैसा नहीं जा रहा कि पैसा नहीं आ रहा है, बात वही थी. This is the thing. तो that
सर
means
अगर
अभी
इस
तक
केस
आपको
में
क्या समझ में आया?
3000 जो
कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में जो नॉन कैश आइटम रहेंगे, जो नॉन कैश आइटम रहेंगे वो कंसिडर नहीं होंगे. दिस इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ डायरेक्ट मेथड एंड इनडायरेक्ट मेथड. आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग. तो जो भी कैश स्टेटमेंट है, आपको लगेगा प्रॉफिट होने से कैश नहीं मिलता है, लॉस होने से कैश नहीं जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम सेइंग you had purchased a machine for 3000 years before. Now you are selling that machine, at a 5000. The same thing, you can understand the same thing, are selling at a 5000. So your total cash flow will be 5000. Now you profit occurred 2000. That will not be again added now. Which is collection, that is cash flow. Profit or loss, all these are not the cash flow. Understand the points? They indicate our loss or profit but not the cash flow. So here also नॉन कैश आइटम को नहीं कंसिडर किया जाता है. लाइक दिस फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हम आपको बता रहे हैं. तो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, डायरेक्ट मेथड में क्या होंगे? डायरेक्ट मेथड नंबर 1, 3 कैटेगरी आर देयर फॉर प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द कैश फ्लो. कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज, I will again discuss. Cash flow from investment activities, cash flow from financing activities. That means the various cash flows you have to categorize in 3 parts. Number 1, लेफ्ट साइड को छोड़ दो. कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज, वो कौन से एक्टिविटी से आपको पैसा मिल सकता है? कैश रिसीव फ्रॉम कस्टमर, आई ऑलरेडी स्टेटेड. लेस कैश पेड टू सप्लायर, दैट मींस दिस increases और कैश, दिस decreases और कैश. कैश जनरेटेड फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन, दैट मींस सेल्स एटसेट्रा. लेस इंटरेस्ट टैक्सेस पेड, अगर कुछ दे रहे हो तो उसके लिए पैसा जा रहा है. कैश फ्लो एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी ऑपरेशन, दैट मींस for which region you get the cash, these are added. For which region the payment person, supplier, payment to supplier, payment interest and taxes, those are deducted. That means inflows are added, cash outflows are deducted. But under this category you have to mention the operating activities only. Now which are called the operating activities? Sale, purchase, interest, tax, etc. These are called the related to sales and supplier, related to your core business. What is your core business? Sales. और सेल से होते हैं डेटर. लिसन, सेल से होते हैं डेटर और डेटर से ही होते हैं कलेक्शन. और सेल्स की वजह से आपको देना पड़ता है टैक्स. तो दीज थिंग्स आर द योर कोर ऑपरेशन. बिसाइड्स दैट सो मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर, लाइक मशीन बेच दिए, शेयर से पैसा मिला, ऑल दीज आर इनडायरेक्ट थिंग्स ना. सो कोर ऑपरेशन जो है वो है ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. तो यहाँ पर सीधा कैश इनफ्लोज आर एडेड, कैश आउटफ्लोज आर डिडक्टेड. अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट? दिस इज व्हाट कॉल्ड डायरेक्ट मेथड. नेक्स्ट बिलो टू इट, फर्स्ट इसको खत्म करते हैं. इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, 2 मार्क क्वेश्चन. राइट एग्जांपल्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज. अंडरस्टैंड? व्हिच आर कॉल्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज? वेरी इजी. या तो परचेज सेल ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, या तो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. एकदम हिंट्स याद रखो, 2 लाइनें. परचेज सेल ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट, इसको कहते हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज. व्हाई? बिकॉज वी आर परचेजिंग द एसेट्स, द बिल्डिंग्स, they are like our investment na, they are permanent investment. That's why they are known as the investing activities. Understand? The cash flow from investment activity. Look at here. Purchase of fixed assets, कौन सा कैश आउटफ्लो है, कैश इनफ्लो है, बता रहा हूं आपको. देखो, परचेज ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, कैश आउटफ्लो. प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम सेल ऑफ फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, कैश इनफ्लो. Investment in subsidiaries, outflow. Investment in trade, outflow. Loans and advances taken, inflow. Taken or returned or anything. करंट इन्वेस्टमेंट मेड आउटफ्लो, इंटरेस्ट डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड इनफ्लो, नेट कैश उसके जो भी होगा। हियर ओनली द इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड फिक्स्ड एसेट्स। if you are purchasing, those will be cash outflow, उसको माइनस फिगर में लिखे जाते हैं। if you are selling, then that is cash inflow, उसको प्लस फिगर में लिखे जाते हैं। now ऑपरेटिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट से जितना पैसा मिला दैट इज नेट कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, ये एक फिगर हुआ। नाउ इन्वेस्टिंग से आपको जितना भी हो, तो हो सकता है क्लास इन टोटल इनफ्लो भी हो, टोटल आउटफ्लो भी हो सकता है। आपको इस ऑपरेशन से पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव बैलेंस भी हो सकता है, बिकॉज इफ यू आर पेइंग मोर देन रिसीविंग, दैट नेगेटिव बैलेंस इस हेड में, लेकिन टोटली में तो पॉजिटिव ही होगा। नेक्स्ट कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी। नाउ चेक which are called the financing activity. Very easy, I am saying. Finance, how do you recognize the finance? Number one, till date students, even if public students, all these things, they understand that finance means money, finance means capital, finance means our deposits, balance, reserves, not like this. What is meant by finance? Finance means sources of capital, जहां से हमको पैसा मिल सकता है, जिस सोर्स से हमको कैपिटल मिलता है और कैपिटल की पर्पस में कुछ पैसा ला रहे हो, दैट इज ओनली द कॉल्ड फिनेंस। तो फिनेंस मीन्स supplement of capital. No one can argue with this, remember this, supplement of the capital. So capital and capital related payment and receipts, one thing, capital and capital related receipts and payments are called the financing activities. Number one, share capital, long term borrowings, loans। हम ये क्यों लेते हैं? We issue the shares, we borrow the money from the banks and debentures due to our capital, due to the enhancement of the capital structure, इसके लिए हम कैपिटल लेते हैं। नंबर वन, आई सेड फॉर द कैपिटल एंड कैपिटल रिलेटेड, like repayment of loan, same thing, cash inflow or outflow related to capital, dividend paid, one thing you have to mark your dividend paid, because dividend paid is related to capital. If we issue share, public will deposit money, public will give money to your company, invest money to your company, for which you have to pay the dividend. Dividend means the share of profits, क्योंकि वो पैसा लगा रहा है आपकी बिजनेस में, तो आपको उनको मुनाफा तो देने बनते हैं, तो उसको डिविडेंड कहते हैं, तो डिविडेंड आपको देना पड़ जाएगा। तो डिविडेंड इज नाउ रिलेटेड टू द कैपिटल, दैट्स व्हाई यहाँ पर आ रहा है। तो ऑल द पॉजिटिव फिगर्स आर एडेड, नेगेटिव फिगर्स आर डिडक्टेड। नाउ फाइनली वी विल गेट द नेट कैश यूज्ड इन द फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी। यहाँ हमको फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी मिल जाएंगे। नंबर वन इज द कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटी, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी। ये तीनों को जोड़ देंगे, फाइनली व्हाट विल गेट, नेट इंक्रीज इन कैश एंड कैश इक्विवेलेंट। नेट इंक्रीज इन कैश एंड may not increase, may increase, नेट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज भी तो हो सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। पहले आपका बैलेंस 5 लाख था, इस साल कुछ ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट वगैरह कर रहे हो तो पैसा कम भी हो सकते हैं। नेट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज इन द कैश और कैश इक्विवेलेंट। कैश मीन्स द एग्जैक्ट हार्ड कैश, कैश इक्विवेलेंट मीन्स योर चेक्स एटसेट्रा, शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, जो कि व्हिच आर रेडिली convertible to cash, they are called the cash equivalents. So here what we'll find, I will find the question, cash flow statement format बनाओ आज पर अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 3 लिखे होंगे और IAS 7 लिखे होंगे। इग्नोर दिस, you have to prepare the cash flow statement. While preparing cash flow statement, you have to mention 3 heads, nothing else. 3 heads. One is operating, another is investment, another is financing. Okay. Now the second method, indirect method. The second method में cash flow from investing activity, cash flow from financing activity. Same to same, D2. These are the same. Only difference lies with the cash flow from operating activity. तो इसमें क्या होते हैं हम बता दे रहे हैं. Only cash flow from investing activity. फॉर्मेट को छोड़ करके हम आपको एग्जांपल के जरिए समझाने की कोशिश करते हैं. Look at. Suppose you have incomes 30,000. You have incomes rupees 30,000. You made a loss 5,000. Made a loss 5,000. For which your profit is 25,000. Now look at it. Generally, what we understood, generally 25,000 profit means profit. एक लेवन क्या समझता है? 25,000 profit be incurred means 25,000 cash increased in our business. Cash increased in our business. Like this. But listen, as I explained you, loss is a non-cash item. Loss is a non-cash item. That means for goods lost or for loss on the sales, etc., neither cash comes in nor goes out. That's why how to get the exact cash flow? If we are available with the net profit only, by deducting 5,000, we got the net profit 25,000. Again, by deducting 5,000 out of our total income, by deducting 5,000, we get the net profit 25,000. Loss is a non-cash item. If we will nullify the effect of this loss, if we will ignore this loss, then we will get the exact cash inflows in the business. That's why 25,000 कैसे मिला था? 5,000 को माइनस करके, तो 25,000 से 5,000 हम ऐड कर देंगे. 30,000 is our cash flow. 30,000 is our cash flow. Argument is there. अगर हमको ये चीज पहले से पता था तो हम क्यों फिर से ऐड करने जाएंगे, फिर से 30,000 मिलेगा? बात यही कि ये आपको जब पता नहीं होगा तब आप क्या करोगे? वेरी सिंपल. अब क्या किए, जितना भी प्रॉफिट हुआ, अगर इस प्रॉफिट में हम नॉन कैश आइटम को सारे ऐड कर देंगे या फिर नॉन कैश आइटम को जो भी वाइस वर्सा माइनस कर देंगे, कर देंगे, तो हमारा कैश जनरेशन कितना मिल जाएगा? बात वही है. अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट्स. तो जितना भी नॉन कैश आइटम होते हैं उनको रिवर्स कर दिया जाता है, टू गेट द कैश फ्लोज, अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट. दिस इज व्हाट हैपन इन केस ऑफ इनडायरेक्ट मेथड. तो इनडायरेक्ट मेथड कहां से शुरू होगा आपको पता चल गया. नेट प्रॉफिट से शुरू होगा. एडजस्टमेंट होते रहेंगे. वो एडजस्टमेंट जिसके वजह से प्रॉफिट में नॉन कैश आइटम्स का इफेक्ट था, वो सबको जो प्लस हुआ था उसको माइनस कर दिया जाएगा, जो माइनस हुआ था उसको प्लस कर दिया जाएगा, रिवर्स कर दिया जाएंगे. एंड फाइनली यू विल गेट द नेट कैश फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. Again, I am distinguishing between these two methods. Direct method में क्या है? You already know the cash inflows, the sources of cash inflows. Just add them. You know the cash outflows, deduct them. You will get the cash flow from the operating activity. Now, indirect method में क्या है? We are ignorant with the exact cash flow and inflow, cash inflow and outflow. That's a start from the net profit, reverse all the non-cash items and the effects of like current assets, current liability. That means जो भी कैश में ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं होते हैं, नॉन कैश ट्रांजैक्शन आप समझते ही हो. फॉर एग्जांपल डेटर इज ए कैश ट्रांजैक्शन. अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट. इज ए कैश ट्रांजैक्शन. लॉस्ट मेड, प्रोविजन मेड, ऑल दीज आर द नॉन कैश आइटम. तो सारे नॉन कैश आइटम को हम एडलेस कर देंगे. फाइनली यू विल गेट द non-cash net cash flow from the operating activity. This is the thing. Understand the point? So you have to, you may be asked either prepare in direct method or indirect method. Remember one thing, the part A, B part and C part are the same. Just you have to uses of the cash flow statement. Which are the various uses of the cash flow statements? Okay. So general use. Let it. Cash flow statements, in which way we can use the cash flow statements? Changes in cash balance between 2 points of the time and the contributing factors for such clearly revealed. That means between 2 points 2019 April 1st to 31st March 2020, in between, what is the changes of the cash balance? This is revealed by the cash flow statements. And for the which factors your cash balance change. That means for the transparency, for the detailed transactions, for keeping a detailed record and analysis of all the cash inflow and cash outflow, cash flow statement is prepared. Cash flow statement explains the reasons for. Which are the reasons? Now, presence of very low cash balance, presence of higher cash balance. Both are bad indicator of the business. If you are lying with low cash balance, then you cannot manage to pay the creditors. If you have the excessive cash balance, that means they may lie idle cash balance, जो कि आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कहीं कर सकते थे. तो एक्सेस कैश बैलेंस है तो आप इंटरेस्ट की लॉस कर रहे हो, आप इन्वेस्टमेंट की लॉस कर रहे हो, आपके पास कैश बैलेंस नहीं है तो आप क्रेडिटर्स को पेमेंट नहीं कर सकते हो. सो क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस जो है मार्केट में आपकी खराब हो जाएगा. तो इसके लिए मॉनिटर करते हैं कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. नेक्स्ट वीक projected cash flow statement helps the management in the short term planning and several other ways like additional cash requirement. So by analyzing the cash flow statements, we can simply ascertain the additional, if there is any additional cash requirements. Next is identification of the size of the surplus or the time for which surplus funds are likely to be available. From which source we can get a surplus amount, surplus cash, which can be utilized anywhere else. That is shown from the cash flow statement. That means besides the compliance of the law and to the government, we have so many use of the cash flow statements that it is very much necessary for the managerial purpose. Judging the ability from the firm to repay, redeem the debentures, preference shares. We can judge our ability. We can judge our ability or availability of the cash for the redemption of the capital. Examining the possibility of maintaining or increasing dividend, whether we can maintain the payment of dividends or not. Dividends means share of profits. Share of profits. You commerce guys always try to remember the keywords and hints for the commercial concepts like dividend, sharing profits. Understand the points? Assets, owned or receivable. The assessing the capital capability of finance, replacement of the fixed assets. So at the right time, whether we can replace the obsoleted fixed assets or not. Understand the points? We can know from the cash flow statements. Computers, all the computers have the validity. We can say they got obsolete. All computers they got obsolete in 5 years, maximum to 5 years. So they need to be replaced. But if we'll continuously monitor to our the cash flow balance, to our the cash balance, it will monitor the cash flow statements from which sources they can be received, then only we can replace the fixed assets by utilizing those cash. As assessing the capacity of the firm to finance expansion, when we'll get the opportunity, we can expand our business, we can expand our finance capability with availability of the cash. More efficient and effective management of the cash flow. So cash inflow and outflow can be utilized, can be monitored, can be controlled more efficiently by analyzing the cash flow statement. So besides the compliance law and government, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट कह रहा है इसलिए हम कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट बनाएंगे, not like this, it ultimate necessary for the company. Next read here, this is a cost concept, you can say cost concept. Budgeting, understand the points. So budgeting में हम क्या देखेंगे, objectives of budgeting, essentials of effective budgeting, classification of budgeting. Next read, number 1, what is meant by the budgeting questions. सबसे पहले सवाल लिख दो, what is budgeting, which are the various types of budgets. Next, so the various types of budgets. Budget क्या होता है? Budget is a quantitative statement of management plans policies for a given period and is used as a guide for the purpose of attaining the given objectives. Number 1, budget is a quantitative statement. Number 2, works for plan and policies for a given period. Number 3, serve as a guide for the purpose of attaining the given objectives. Number 4, this is what called the budgeting. Budgeting क्या होता है? A quantitative statement, not the qualitative statements. Quantitative statement means 5 tons production करने हैं, 100 tons 1000 tons हमको production करने हैं. Qualitative statement means you should dress properly, nicely, beautifully. This is what called the qualitative statements. Understand the point? हमको बहुत अच्छे से कंपनी चलाना है, मैनेजरियल कैपेबिलिटी हमारा बहुत अच्छे होने चाहिए. These are the qualitative statements by the people, appearance, perception, attitude. But the quantitative statements means in quantity and in money. That means budget preparation होता है for quantity और for the rupees. तो quantitative statement क्या है ना, plan and policies for a given period की plan and policy के हिसाब से guide for the purpose of attaining the given objectives. Which objects are set by our managerial board to attain certain the given objectives for a given period, we have to prepare a statement, quantitative statement, understand, which forecasts our plan and policies. This is what called the budget. This is what called the budgets. What I said, that statement is called the budget. And what is meant by the budgeting? The process of preparing and monitoring the budget. Understand the points? उसको कहा जाता है budgeting. Organization, this also provides process steps of the collection, comparison of the data. Budgeting में और क्या होता है? Provide process steps for collection and comparison of data by which deviation from the plan, either favorable or adverse, can be measured. Understand the points? क्या कहता है ये देखिए. So for budget we need the collection of data and we compare the data through the budget. If any deviation arises, deviation may be favorable or adverse, that can be measured. Means raw material में expect कर रहे थे हम 5000 लगेगा, actually लग गया 7000. The deviation is 2000, which is adverse. We have the expectation for 5000 for the raw material, but we occurred 7000. Deviation means difference, gap is the 2000, not in favor of us, that's why it is called adverse. Now this adverse, how to control this adverse, understand the points, will be first of all measured by the budget, and how to control, that is up to the managerial body. We will report that will be controlled by the managerial body. This is the pure objective of the budgeting, to find the deviation and to take the corrective measures. ICMA लंदन क्या डेफिनेशन देते हैं इसके ऊपर? ICMA ये CMA इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ द लंदन है, इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटेंट, इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कॉस्ट एंड मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटेंट लंदन डिफाइंस दैट बजट क्या आता है? बजट इज फिनेंशियल एंड और क्वांटिटेटिव स्टेटमेंट, दैट मींस either financial and or quantitative statements, both prepare prior to a defined period of time. Prior, that means number one, budget may be financial, may be quantitative. Number two, always budget is the forecast of some future results. Prior, it is prepared prior to a defined period of time of the policy to be pursued, as per the policies to be pursued that period, for the purpose of attaining a given object. Number three, budget is prepared to control our cost and to attain a desired result. जब भी हमारा रिजल्ट हम फिक्स किए हो उसको अटेन करने के लिए. Objectives of the budgeting, which are the various objectives of the budgeting? That means which are the various facilitations that we got from the budgeting? To control cost and increase revenue. Obviously, when we can measure the difference, the deviations, when we can measure the difference or deviation, then only we can control the cost. Cost can be minimized and revenue can be maximized. Understand the points? हालांकि for both cost and revenue budgets are prepared, thereby maximize profit. So cost and revenue, आज minimum the cost, आज maximum the profit, आज maximum the revenue, आज maximum the profit. So like this. So when you can control the cost and revenue, you can maximize the profit, and this is done with the help of the budget. Lay behind the chances of interruption in production process due to lack of material labor. Due to lack of material and labor. When you will continuously monitoring on the sources, which are called the sources? Aims: man, machine, money, materials. Remember it. These are the sources for a manufacturing business: man, machine, money, material. When you will continuously monitor on these aspects, you will never run out of these things. You will never lack of all these things. That's why ये sufficiently आपके पास available होंगे. So interruption of production हमारा नहीं होगा. ये production कभी hamper नहीं होगा. और ये budgets के द्वारा होता है. Yes, for man also, machine also, money also, material also, for all the resources we prepare the budgets. For human being also we prepare budgets. Understand the point? How many personnel are needed? How many personnel are to be hired? To bring about coordination between the different functions of the enterprises. Yes, to bring about the coordination between the different functions. So by preparing the budget, you can coordinate the different functions of a single business. Should I explain it? With the lack of time, in short, I am explaining you, because these are the concepts. Anyone are you watching, listening, you will get something extra out of this. No problem at all. Or are you listening though?
Sir, what is the fourth M? Man, machine, material, and
Money.
money.
Keep asking me questions. No problem at all. In this way, I can counter confirm that you are listening. कभी जरूरत होगा तो आप सवाल पूछते रहो, कभी जरूरत नहीं होगा तभी पूछते रहो. ठीक है ना? वैसे भी वन साइडेड लेक्चर so difficult. Look at the coordination between different functions: man, machine, money, and material. Now look at here. I can give you the powerful example that for preparation of budgets, you can coordinate the entire function of the business. Number one, listen. At managing director and board of directors, at this level, they prepare. At this level, they prepare profit target. Look at what I am saying. They prepare the profit target. To attain the profit, you have to maximize the sale. Am I correct? To attain the maximum sale, you have to produce adequate. Listen here. You have to produce adequate products. To produce the adequate products, you have to purchase the adequate quantity of material. To minimize the cost of material and all these things, cost, expenses, all these things, you have to minimize for a good purchase. Look at here. This is board of directors. Understand the points. Here managerial body they are sitting. So sales department is there, production department is there, purchase department is there, marketing department is there. Understand the points. So many things. HR department is there, personnel department is there. That means for setting a target, you have to delegate the responsibility, transfer the authority to all the departments. Otherwise, the first and foremost budget will fail. By sitting on the chair, managing director can do nothing all these things, irrespective, not by coordination with all the other departments. So budget not only forecasts your target, but also coordinates the all departments from the bottom to root. Next week, keep writing all these things. These are the very powerful examples also here. So as you all are the mature guys, some are the servicemen also. Maximum of you are older than me also. What? So how can I suggest you to keep writing all these things, to note down all these things? It's your choice. But these things, if you note down, you will able to write down all these things in your examination. You will obviously get a good mark, because sometimes we also evaluate the papers. That's why we know that which are the actual things that you need to place to reflect on the paper to get the maximum marks. Understand the points. But you are reading on the material that is shown to all. That material is read by all. Understand the points. So just by enumerating the theories, below to it, by assigning the point 1 to 3 per, you will not get the maximum points. Many a times you have to write less, reflect more. This is the concept of this 21st century. Write less, reflect more. Make diagrams, make the chain, okay, the graphics, the figures, the tables, the diagrams, the flow chart. That sometimes sense more than your theory. That's what I believe in this. Understand? Next, different functions. To incorporate measures of calculation of deviation from the budget results and analysis of the same. Deviation calculation, as I have suggested, we have thought this much. Sometimes you prepare budget for your picnic party also. So you thought that 7,000 is enough with your 7 friends, but now later you find that there is a deviation, there is a difference. So find out the deviation. And objective kya hai? To ensure the action taken in accordance with the target. So your target to make that feast, understand the points, to conduct that feast at 7,000 rupees. Now you couldn't know which will be the possible actions you have to take as per the target. Understand the? So this is how suggested by the budget. To predict short-term and long-term financial position. Look at it. To predict the short-term and long-term financial position. Short-term financial position, whether we have to borrow from a friend, from bank, from a friend, from bank, whether we have to sell fixed assets, Why so? Because to manage the short-term liquidity, short-term cash. Next to it, long-term financial position, which are called the long-term financial position. Insolvency, shutdown of the business, merger, acquisition, okay, expansion of business. Now all these are hinted, all these are emerged by watching the budget. बजट के हिसाब से बजट by continuously monitoring on the budget you can say that whether our whether we need any short term finance, long term finance, whether our business going in a upward trend, in a downward trend, you can assess. This is the objective. So classification of budget, this is your original question you can get. If you will not get this as the long question, then you will get as the short question, 2 marks question. All these things by the 2 mark question. Classification of the budgets. Whenever you are writing the answer, first make a diagram like this. Understandable? This is in your text material. Okay, I have just copied it. Nothing else. I don't want to take credit of all these things. I copied it, but the presentation and language always mine. Understandable? But the lines etc. maybe copied from your text. Now classification of the budget. Budgets. Look at it. Time duration on the basis of time. Long term, short term, current. To be very direct, 5 to 7 years, below 5 years, week, month, quarter, days. This is the original thing. Long-term budget means a budget all of you know, budget means forecasting, estimation of some areas, some commodities. Understand the points? सेल्स के बजट हो सकते हैं, ये तो आएंगे हम, सेल्स के बजट हो सकते हैं, प्रोडक्शन के बजट हो सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं। आपकी घर में जो डिफरेंट एक्सपेंसेस है, आप घर में ही बजट बनाते हो, हमको पता है। एजुकेशन है, नेक्स्ट टू इट ग्रोसरी और फूडिंग, वी कैन से फूडिंग, ट्रैवलिंग, सेविंग, कौन सा एरिया में कितना हम सेविंग या करें या फिर इन्वेस्ट का एक्सपेंस करें, दिस इज व्हाट कॉल्ड द बजट। दिस इज द बजट ऑफ योर होम, घरेलू बजट। व्यापारिक बजट अब देखिए, लॉन्ग टर्म बजट मीन्स विच बजट इज प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर ए लॉन्ग टर्म, generally for 5 to 7 years. These are what called the long term objectives of the business. Long term production target, profit target, understand the points, all these things. Short term budget means below 5 years, say 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 years जो बजट बनाए जाते हैं 2-3 years के लिए। Current budgets means by watching the current scenario, current condition of the business, current scenario of the market, we prepare this budget. Understand the point? We prepare this budget. Next is as per the function, on the basis of the function. Functions means activities. We prepare the budgets. Sales is a function, production, cost of production, purchase, personnel, research, capital expenditure, cash, master. These are the core main. Besides this, so many functions are there. Sales budget. Sales budget. What is meant by sales budget? Now 30,000. Make it lakh. 30 lakhs total sales we have to achieve by the end of this accounting period. This is what called the sales budget. Understand? And if you have portfolio, from which department how much you expect, suppose food company are there. Okay, now from the chocolate, from dry foods, drinks, beverages, from which department how much sales were expecting, this is what called the sales budget. Production in generally is made in quantity, that means ton, metric tons, how many tons or metric tons expected production, this is reflected through the production budgets. Cost of production budget is monetary measure. Okay, that is quantitative, that is finance budget. Cost of production, that means how much you are producing, what should be the minimum cost, of this production size, this is what called the cost of production. The different commodities are there, you will prepare the budget of the different commodities. Understand the point? Here I am saying, look at here, one thing is that this is a product budget, this is a product budget. Understand? Suppose a quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. By watching this you can understand how a product budget goes. I'm coming back to you. Yes, this is a product budget. Quarter 1 to 3 for product A, B, C, D. Okay, E, F, these are some columns. That means these are in quantities, these are in some amount. Understand the point? So product or projection budget goes like this. परचेज के लिए बजट किया जाता है. परचेज ऑफ मटेरियल, परचेज ऑफ वेरियस रॉ मटेरियल, परचेज ऑफ assets also. Understand? So परचेज के लिए भी किया जाता है. पर्सनल, this is what little bit technical. What is meant by personnel? Personnel means human resource, मैन पावर. ह्यूमन रिसोर्स और मैन पावर के लिए भी प्रोजेक्ट बजट किया जाता है. So we will be preparing the budgets for the human resource and manpower also. How much managers are required, how many workers are required, how much workers are disguised, not working, proxy, they need to be replaced. So personnel budget simply reflects the existing position of the existing numbers of the human resources. Understand the point? Now, and the forecasted results of the number of the human resources and the man power. This is the thing. Personnel budget, that means budget is prepared for the requirement of the human beings also. Research budget, yes, this is a vital thing in nowadays. Research departments, all for all the companies there is a research department. Next to it, research budget means how many amount to be spent on the research. And capital expenditure, which are called capital expenditure, simply write expenditure on capital assets. Capital assets में हम कितना expenditure करें, that means purchase of land, building, machine. Okay, cash budget, it's very much essential. Cash budget, cash budget क्या करता है, it shows the requirement of the cash at different time, different period. How much amount of cash required for which areas you need the cash. Cash budget is also prepared. Why? In order to avoid the shortage of cash at any point of time. Understand the point? Sales is different thing, sales budget is different thing, cash budget is different thing. Cash means readily hard cash. When you are selling, that doesn't mean key you will get the cash at once immediately. No, you may make the credit sale also. That's why cash budget means requirement of the cash at point of time. उसके लिए budget बनाना है. What is called the master budget? Master budget, by summarizing, you can write by summarizing one or more elements. By summarizing one or more elements, the budget prepared is called the master budget. Suppose production is there, in relation to production, sales is there, in relation to sales, profit is there, in relation to profit, expenses are there. When we commensurating more than one element and prepare a single budget, that is what called a master budget. Now, flexibility, by watching the flexibility of the business. Flexible budget, sorry, fixed budget, flexible budget. Understand the? What is fixed budget? What is flexible budget? As the children, we simply write fixed budget which is fixed throughout the accounting period, flexible budget which is flexible. This is not the answer. You will not get a reward in this way. Fixed and flexible budget, I can say. Fixed budget that remains fixed, not visible, na? Fixed budget that remain fixed in total production और आउटपुट, यू से हम आएंगे, इसके ऊपर आएंगे. फ्लेक्सिबल बजट flexible budget that varies in accordance with, इतना लंबा सेंटेंस है, चलिए लिख देते हैं, in accordance with the units produced और आउटपुट। बहुत सीधी बात है। फिक्स्ड बजट क्या कहलाता है? फिक्स्ड बजट सेज दैट 50,000 will be the advertising expenditure this year for any amount of sales. Look at here, any amount of sales. फ्लेक्सिबल बजट क्या कहता है? पर यूनिट सेल वी मे इनकर 50 पैसे advertisement expenditure. Now you can distinguish it. 50,000 is the fixed amount irrespective of the level of the output and sales. This is called fixed budget. Flexible budget that varies with the production, that varies with the sales. That means as the sales increases, your budget figure must increase. That this is also budget. This is also budget. But here, when we concern with per unit variable, when we consider the variable cost per unit production up to a certain level, this much of expenditure, that have the possibility of, that means that will vary according to the production. But fixed budget means fixed, that is throughout the year, throughout the production. This is the thing. Fixed budget and flexible budget. This is what called the technical meaning of the fixed and flexible budget. Responsibility accounting. Understand the concept? Just I'm coming back in 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Responsibility accounting. So here is the responsibility accounting. Okay, responsibility accounting. As I have suggested you, stated कि so many types of accounts, accounting are there. Number one, at that time, remember, you have studied financial accounting. Number two, this in cost accounting. Number three, you might have heard management accounting. Management accounting. Now I am saying which are the other types of accounting. Tax accounting. Number five, responsibility accounting. 4, 5, 6. Next, responsibility accounting, social accounting. Number 7, green accounting. Number 8, carbon accounting. Okay, finance, cost, management, tax, responsibility. So many things are there. We need not to learn all these things. Management and responsibility. Financial, cost accounting, management accounting, and responsibility accounting. These are the first and foremost chapter. On the last chapter, there are a few types of accountings are there. You will read. So responsibility accounting, as the definition suggests, responsibility accounting. Here, responsibility accounting means this is the process of accounting by achieving the target, by assigning the responsibility to the designated person who are accountable for the results. Number one, this is a process of accounting, or this is a accounting for what? For getting results. Getting results. Main equipment क्या है? By assigning the responsibility to the designated persons, और ये persons रहेंगे responsible for getting the desired results. They are accountable. This is what called responsibility accounting. Suppose these are the two persons. who are responsible for the achievement of the sales target. That means they are accountable. They are accountable. What is the difference between responsible and accountable? Responsible means you are getting the responsibility to do a particular things. So that is your duty. What is meant by accountability? What is meant by the accountable? That means for non achieving the objective, you must pay the compensation. This is what called the accountability. That means economic responsibility. When laws and economic affairs are attached with the responsibility, that is called the accountability. So responsibility accounting का मतलब वही होता है, ये कुछ designated person को responsibility दिया जाता है and they are responsible for that. So here the accounting is not concerned to the profit. Here accounting is not concerned to the cost, not to the production, not to the managerial affair. Here accounting is more concerned to the persons involved. The persons involved. क्या होता है responsibility accounting? The concept of responsibility accounting, profit planning, क्या क्या सीखोगे? Design of the system, uses, segment performance, measuring segment, transfer pricing. तो चीजें responsibility accounting in short क्या चीज है? As you know, all these are the you can say the Western concepts, because these are the democratic concept, crucial concept. Understand the points, because these are very much essential also in this today's business. The framework of the responsibility accounting was developed by Professor A.J.E. Sodraja, titled Particularization of the Indirect Cost. All these are your American wordings. That way, Z, particularization of indirect cost. Okay, so particularization of the indirect cost. That means in this book they have brought the concept of this. So as you are watching indirect cost, that means cost concept se responsibility aaya tha. That means more responsibility account is more concerned with the cost of the product, not profit out of that. So you are responsibility for restricting the cost of a particular product up to a certain level. This is what called the responsibility accounting. The concept emphasizes personalization of the cost. What is meant by personalization of the cost? Mr. A responsible for making a product ₹50. Mr. B responsible to restrict the advertisement cost at 5,000. This is what called personalization of the cost. This person responsible for ₹50, this person responsible for the 500. Beyond that, variation of that, you will be responsible. Sometimes if needed, penalty will levy on you. This is the main concept, main techniques. By putting questions as to where the cost was incurred and where responsible for it, who were responsible for it. Responsibility accounting suggests two things: where the cost was incurred, who are responsible for it, कहाँ खर्चा हुआ और कौन इसके लिए responsible है. Understand the point? That means this type of accounting emphasizes on responsibility on particular area, on particular thing, on particular cost, on particular revenue, and you will be rewarded or penalized according to that responsibility. Horngreen rightly says responsibility accounting focuses on people, not in things. Again, people, not in things. That means it is more concerned on the people of the organization, not on the things. Understand the points? It is designed to present managers with information relating to their individual fields of responsibility. That means Mr. A responsible for sales 50,000. What I am saying, Mr. B जो कि परचेज मैनेजर है, responsible for purchases restrict to 30,000. This is what called individual fields of responsibility. Mr. A entirely responsible for the C, Mr. B entirely responsible for the purchases. This is area responsibility. What is cost and finance responsibility? Mr. A responsible for 50,000 revenue, Mr. B responsible for the 30,000 cost, 30,000 purchases. Then only we will get profit according to this. So this is what called responsibility, individual responsibility in accordance with the area, branches and cost. डिजाइन ऑफ द सिस्टम, क्या देखिए, how you will design the responsibility accounting. That means which are the processes of responsibility accounting. Understand the point? Steps of the responsibility accounting. Number one, establishing responsibility centers. This is very much crucial. Responsibility department are so many things. Responsibility center is different. I am explaining you the responsibility center. Profit center, cost center, you know, for which area cost is ascertained, that is known as the cost center. For which area profit is ascertained, that is known as the profit center. For which area responsibility is assigned, that is called the responsibility center. For example, responsibility center, I'm saying sales department is there. Sales department is there. Sales department, under the sales department there are two types of, you can say the two branches, two departments are, they are called also the departments. Garment section, this is what called, we can say footwear section. So ये रिलायंस ट्रेंड से, ये रिलायंस फुटवेयर से, ठीक है। तो गारमेंट सेक्शन के लिए मिस्टर ए रेस्पॉन्सिबल है, इसके लिए मिस्टर बी रेस्पॉन्सिबल है। दिस इज व्हाट कॉल द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर। दिस इज व्हाट कॉल द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर, नंबर वन। नंबर टू, कोई और कहते हैं फॉर गारमेंट एंड फुटवेयर मिस्टर सी इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल। सपोज नाउ by combining these two, Mr. C is responsible for this responsibility center. Responsibility center means exactly for which activity and area a person is responsible. This is called responsibility. So first of all, you have to separately identify, distinctly identify the responsibility centers. First of all, you have to. Next to it, limits to controllable cost. कैसे डिजाइन होता है? Limits to controllable cost. Understand the points? Controllable cost means the various variable cost or cost associated with these departments जो कि controllable है। आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा, कौन सा controllable cost। Yes, I can say which are controllable cost. Losses, generally the losses, abnormal losses, the variable cost, understand the points? Misappropriation, etc. So all these are the controllable costs. That means by taking the proper precaution and measure, you can avoid all these costs. These are called the controllable costs. So you have to watch on the controllable. Now flexible budgeting. Yes, for establishing the responsibility accounting, you need to set up the flexible budgeting, not the static budgeting. Flexible budgeting means, what is your flexible budgeting? Now budget according to output size. Understand the point? That means if 5,000 units are produced, 50,000 must be expenditure. If 10,000 units are produced, 1 lakh may be the expenditure. This is the thing. So flexible budgeting. Now a person can be responsible for this. Mr. A, if production is goes to this, then you must restrict your cost to this level. Performance reporting. In a time interval, regular period, the responsible person, the designated person responsible for your center must report to the authority time to time, in time interval. So performance must be reported to the reporting authority in time interval. So establish say performance reporting. This is the last process. Okay. Now uses of responsibility accounting. Today I might have not a lot of things. Perhaps this will be the last concept. Uses of the responsibility accounting. What is the use of the responsibility accounting? Question: what is the concept of responsibility accounting? Number 2, how is it set up? In the same question, what is the concept of responsibility accounting? How is it set up? Advantages and uses of responsibility accounting. I'm repeating. Concept of responsibility accounting, how is it set up, means processes, advantages and uses of responsibility accounting. Understand the points. Under a single question you may get either advantages use or like this. This is a single question in the responsibility accounting. So uses of the responsibility accounting. Performance evaluation, number 1, which is the use. That means by establishing such a complex accounting procedure, by establishing a automation process, by assigning so many authorities, what will our benefit? हम क्यों इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स एक अकाउंटिंग मेथड्स को सेटअप करें अपने बिजनेस में अगर फायदा ही नहीं होगा तो. So here are the points that suggest कि for this reason you must set up, yes, responsibility accounting systems. Number 1, due to the performance evaluation. These are very much powerful points. Already these are given in a book, no problem. Performance evaluation, number 1. That means A, B, C, D. These are the portions. These are the portions. X, Y, Z, W. These are the departments. These are the departments. All the portions are not equal efficient. All the departments cannot perform in the same manner. So which are the performing, which are the non-performing departments can be easily ascertained by the responsibility accounting, because this is very much concerned for the responsibility and performance. Understand the concept? So responsibility accounting, in short, I can say one side responsibility is there, another side of the coin performance is there. Performance is there. You will get responsibility, you must show the performance. In accordance to that, you will get penalty or reward. Now, performance evaluation. That means by continuously monitoring the performance of the different departments and different personnel, we can judge the best or worst. Delegating authority. Yes, delegating authority. So as per the responsibility accounting, scala chain, you know, top, on the top of the management, managing director is there, then functional managers are there, then departmental managers are there, then foreman, supervisors are there, then workers are there. That means delegation of authority. Responsibility accounting suggests that higher is the authority, higher is the responsibility. In accordance to that, you will be accountable, you will be examined, you will be evaluated. Understand the points? So managing directors, for each class of the personnel, you can delegate the authority and you can evaluate for each class of the personnel, class of the manpower. So this is what the duty of the responsibility accounting. Motivation, 100%. I can directly hit to the point. What is mentioned in your text material, I don't know. Motivation. Now, manager A performed the best. He will be immediately rewarded with 30,000 hiked salary. Immediately he will get the 30,000 hiked salary. This is a great motivation. This will give you them to the enthusiasm, to power, the mental power to work hard, to labor hard. So responsibility accounting nahi hota, so all are treated as the same. Understand the points? The wolf also, the bear also, the cow also, the giant also. All will be treated as same. So there will, you will not be motivated. You understand the point? You will not get the reward accordingly. If all are same, then why we will put your best on the job? Next is corrective action. These are some, you can say, the soft corner of the responsibility accounting. Corrective action. B and C are the non-performing managers. B and C are the non-performing managers. So the report, the deviation of the performance, this is actual, this is estimated, this is the gap. So this gap needs to be corrected. This gap needs to be corrected. So in time interval, the deviation report, understand the points, deviation report must be sent to the proper authority. According to that, corrective actions are taken. मैनेजमेंट बाय ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, मैनेजमेंट बाय एक्सेप्शन, ये दो चीजें हैं. आई एम कमिंग टू दिस. हाई मोरल एंड एफिशिएंसी. लुक एट इट. हाई मोरल एंड एफिशिएंसी. When A rewarded with 30,000 hiked salary, A will put it best to get another 30,000 salary, increment of another 30,000 salary. B and C, those who are non-performing employees, by evaluating themselves, by watching the senior managers, they will put their best to again reach to the level of A. High moral and efficiency. Understand the points? So efficiency is rewarded here in not self. Efficiency is rewarded here. Inefficiency is penalized. This is the thing. Next week, management by objectives. A, B, C, whatever you are achieving, you must comply with the objective of the management. Understand the point? Objective of the management. So perform well, but keep in mind that the objectives of the management. So all are responsible for the directly or indirectly objectives of the management. Understand the points? Your personal objective will not be counted here. So management by objectives का मतलब है delegation of the authority by watching the objectives of the management. It's called the management by objective. Management by exception is the soft corner. That means B and C will be under supervision up to 1 year probation period. B and C will be in supervision up to 1 year. They are now exception for this hard and fast rule. So B and C will evaluate themselves. They will be directed. They will be guided. They will be measured, evaluated. Accordingly, they will be instructed, and they will be suggested for the better performance. So management by exception means now they are learners, they will be excused. Understand the points? According to, they will be treated, they will get the sufficient time to be trained themselves, then they will be counted for, as per the responsibility, as per the delegation of the responsibility and the authority. This is the thing. This is the uses of the responsibility accounting. So responsibility accounting suggests us how to achieve target by assigning the responsibility to the designated persons. As the performance, they will be rewarded. As the inefficiency, they will be penalized. Is a democratic style management accounting, but this will give them motivation. This will give them high moral and efficiency. This will push them to be corrected. This is the thing. Understand the points? So thank you. Thanks a lot. This is my contact number, email ID. Okay. You cannot for any personal issue.